Diepsloot residents plan to intensify protests, this until President Cyril Ramaphosa shows up. Now, they are upset over high crime rates within the area. It has thus rather triggered by the murder of a CPF chair after he stepped in to stop a robbery. ENC's Manqoba Mchunu is still watching developments in the community and joins us now with an update. Manqoba, good morning to you, colleague. From where you stand this morning, how's it looking out in Diepsloot?
Well, I can tell you, Tumelo, that it appears as if it's business as usual, but we know certainly that that's not to be, because the leaders of this particular protest are saying that they're going back to the streets again today to intensify their protest. You recall, Tumelo, that they had indicated that if they do not get a proper response from the office of the president, they will be going to the streets. They will be intensifying their protest for the next 2 days. They had said on Monday. So today is one of those days where we're expecting them to regroup again. In fact, to understand that they're going to be gathering at a park where they met yesterday, and that's where they're then going to map a way forward as to how they're going to proceed with their protest. But yesterday, of course, we saw residents taking to the streets, calling for an end to crime in their area. We also saw some of the shops, some of the stalls also being targeted by protesters who insist that they're not going to stop their protest up until President Cyril Ramaphosa comes to address them. So we understand, Tumelo, that they are not turning as far as this demand is concerned. They're insisting that the only way that they're going to stop this protest is if the president comes to their area and addresses them. They went to the union building last week, but the response that they got, they were not happy with, saying that it was inadequate. The fact that they've been promised that there are 4 ministers that are going to be looking into this matter is not enough. They say they want a commitment as to when the president will be able to come and hear firsthand what they go through in this community. So we are expecting the residents to regroup again this morning and to head back to the streets, Tumelo. Of course, yesterday they also bid farewell to John Makula, whose body was taken home to Limpopo for burial this weekend. He had been driven past the home here in Extension 13 where he had stayed, and it was quite an emotional scene. We saw residents forming a guard of honor and really bemoaning the way John Makula was killed. This was somebody who fought crime in this community, was killed by the very criminals that he was fighting. So it's quite tense, the situation, and residents are insisting that they won't stop their protest until they get that response that they're hoping for, saying that they want President Cyril Ramaphosa to come to this area.
Also, speaking of some of the concerns that the residents raised, Manqoba, we heard yesterday the blame also being placed on foundations such as the Helen Suzman. They have accused the foundation of not being one with the community, not understanding the plight of the community, and not even standing by the community during this time. This alluding to the fact that there were undocumented illegal foreign nationals within Diepsloot, which they say need to get either their documents sorted out or need to move out of Diepsloot.
Well, certainly, and I think we have a bite that speaks to that. Perhaps we can prepare that bite. But essentially, this is, coming at the back of that ruling yesterday that, the Home Affairs Minister that prohibits the Home Affairs Minister from implementing the issue of the permits, on Zimbabwean nationals in particular. And, residents here in Diepsloot had very strong words to say that, the Helen Suzman Foundation seems to be meddling in issues of national importance, in issues that are trying to alleviate some of the problems that this community is facing as far as crime is concerned. Because you recall, Tumelo, that what they've been saying, and in fact this is something that they also echoed yesterday, that most of the crime here in this community is perpetuated by mostly Zimbabwean nationals. They say that are here illegally in the country. They are undocumented. In fact, many of the crimes that have been reported and arrests that have been made in this community, they've been linked in one way or the other to Zimbabwean nationals here, who they say are the ones that are terrorizing this community. So they say that the Helen Suzman Foundation really is meddling in such issues where they're trying to eradicate crime in their community, and they actually applauded the Minister and the Home Affairs Department for trying to deal with this matter. They say that they're not xenophobic, they're just trying to ensure that they clean their community and that they get those that are here from outside the country to be here legally.